A very warm welcome to Gilmartin Park here in Kilshima for this round 3 championship intermediate game between Lahardane McHales and Ballyhaunis. I'll go through the team now. I'll try and get a shot of it here. In goal for Ballyhaunis, number 1 Adrian Phillips, full backline Jack Coyne, Owen Collins the club captain and Brian Hunt. Connor Freely, Keith Higgins starts, David Cunan in the half back line. In midfield, Kevin Byrne, Kieran Kiley. And in the half forward line, Cormac Phillips, Joe Sutton, Kevin Gallagher. Full forward line for Ballyhaunis is Callum Gardner, Patrick Caulfield and Jason Coyne. Well, for the Black and Amber Lahardane team is in goal Joe Mulhern, Benny Joyce, Barry Leonard and Keith O'Malley make up the full back line. Aaron Murphy, Lawrence Leonard and Aidan Cronin make up the half backs. In midfield is Gary Ngocton and Matthew Queenan. Half forward line is Shane Loftus, Cormac Riley and Mark Noon. And the full forward line is Dara Walsh, Adrian Leonard and Keith Loftus. Well, as you're all aware, I suppose this game is being held behind closed doors. I'm sure we'll have swelled audience. We welcome the people from Ballyhaunis who've become fans of the page in the past few hours. It's expected to be a great game. This has certainly been the group of death in the intermediate championship. The other two sides, Crossmolina and Ballinrobe, are through. This game is what you call a relegation 6-pointer, but I suppose we call it a 4-pointer in this sport. Less snappy tone to it. It's a do or die. Loser goes into the relegation playoff. The winner gets out scot-free.
It's just, as I said during the week, an eerie silence here. Just 45 people per club here, and when you think one of the first bits of action we'd stream live, well, it wasn't live either, the under 10s above in Crow Park playing in front of 57,000 at half time during the Kerry Mayo game, and here we are with just barely 100 people here today. It's a bit of a difference. You won't be able to see the Ballyhaunis lads there in their camouflage training tops. Just very camouflage on a green surface.
Hopefully they'll be equally as invisible with their performance today from Lahardane side. But I suppose the big news is Keith Higgins started for Ballyhaunis. He's named there at centre half back. It's going to be interesting to watch that there. Everyone knows him. Ulster, of course, incredible amount of pace. So as John Stagg's side will be looking to nullify any attack that comes from him.
There hasn't been a lot between the two clubs in the last few years in their league meetings. There's been a draw on Ballyhaunis and a draw on Ballyhaunis as far as I remember, but I think Ballyhaunis won their visit to Ballyhaunis last year, so meeting year in, year out, they'll know each other inside out.
Even listening to the Ballyhaunis team, they're there situated in the stand here in Gilmartin Park, Kilshima, and it was fairly obvious they have their homework done. They know who they're up against. They're well acquainted. Ballyhaunis were in the county final last year, very narrowly lost out. I suppose they'd be bitter enough to be in a situation that they are in, but this is what it is. It's a crunch game now, one that both sets of teams will be eagerly anticipating. And we have about just under 10 minutes to go until throw-in.
So we have our 4 umpires arrived, and Kieran Barnacle from the Brafey Club and his 2 linesmen with them. We wish them the best of luck. There's a lot at stake here today, and we just let's see. Oh yes, we'll move out and we'll give you a glimpse of the programme now. So a lot of Phillipses, a lot of two Coynes. I'd be biased and say they are fine players. Jack Coyne was on the Mayo under 21 team anyway.
Adrian Phillips is a dual player. A lot of these Ballyhaunis players, I suppose, well known hurlers in this county. They're back into another county final for, I think, well, they beat Castlebar Mitchells last weekend. Keith Higgins played a part in that. That was a return from injury for him. Owen Collins as well he had a red card rescinded. The referee lost the report, so his red card is no more, and he plays today. Similarly as well, I think Callum Gardner, Patrick Caulfield, I think dual players as well. They're very talented hurlers as well as footballers, but they will be 100% focused, I'm sure, on today's proceedings.
So we have just on the Lahardane 24 that they can pick from. Chris Rowland has recovered more or less from a hamstring strain that's been bothering him for a long time. Paul Coleman has got healthy too, so but the curse of the hamstrings has struck Adam Garrett, so wishing Adam well in his recovery. But just in an ideal world, nobody's hamstring a go when it's mid-championship time. So the grounds are looking well. You just have the feeling after all the morning's rain that it might be a bit on the heavy side, but it does look in great shape. We wouldn't mind this surface in Baffinan.
Nice training pitch they have here too. Thanks as well to Kilshima for organising and hosting today's game. I think it was a very professional setup. They had a list of people.
And providing us with a nice gantry. We are
safer than we usually are.
We're safer. We're stable in terms of falling. We mightn't be stable in terms of sanity, but we'll see how the nerves pan out over the 70 minutes.
We'll keep the hopping up and down to a minimum.
Ballyhaunis lining up for a team photo. Bit of height there, alright.
They're quite tall, aren't they? They were very unfortunate to lose out to Ballinrobe and Crossmolina. Reading the reports, it was very narrow, those two games. It's very fine margins. I think at the start of the year, our ref had the intermediate power rankings. He had every single team in this group 1 to 3, Ballyhaunis, Ballinrobe and Crossmolina, and we're the lucky ones to be put in with them.
Were we not in the top 3, no?
No, somehow he's gotten it.
Jesus. A shock home defeat to Ballinrobe and a shock defeat to Crossmolina, and here we are in a must-win game. So our lads over on the training pitch, I didn't think the Ballyhaunis were supposed to feature on the main pitch at all, but they're getting the benefit of shooting at the post. Well, our lads are shooting at posts anyway. It's not like they're missing out. But yeah, wicked morning at home, and here we come over to a bit of sunshine, but it is clouding up, so hopefully that's this is as bad as it's going to get.
Trying to keep an eye out for Keith Higgins there. He's going to be wearing number 18 if the programme is correct. There he is now, front, just ahead of the camera there. They were fairly plagued by injury as well. A number of players were either suspended or injured in the aftermath of the Crossmolina game. I think it was just the last few minutes. A few scores from Brian Benson put Crossmolina just over the line, and that's the thing really. At the intermediate level, it's really the fine margins that separate teams from qualification or dropping into a relegation playoff.
Yeah, just maybe Kieran Barnacle could do with the Ballyhaunis goalie having a different colour jersey, and he's predominantly black, and the Lahardane lads will be predominantly black. There's Jarlath Jennings, former clubmate of our manager John Stagg.
Former schoolmate as well, apparently. They were in school together. So
here they are in opposition, and with two alien clubs to them.
Lahardane, of course, had an impressive win against Ardnaree last week, so that'll be a boost to the confidence as they come into this game.
Yeah, the scores aren't exactly flowing for Lahardane, but out of the blue they've started to find the net, which is never a bad thing, but you're not going to win many matches with 7 or 8 scores either. You want to be racking up nearly every chance you can.
There's going to be some interesting matchups as well. So like Adrian there going to today's referee, Kieran Barnacle, beating up with Ballyhaunis fullback Owen Collins. He'll be an important figure for them. They're opposite sides with the armband, but they're also expected to be marking each other.
Could be wrong. That could be John Glavey with the flag facing it. It's not unlike him. Don't know the identity of the near linesman.
He's wearing Ballyhaunis socks though.
One of the Ballyhaunis selectors went in at the gate with black and amber socks on him, so you wouldn't know. He could be a mole within the camp.
It's getting fairly dark now. We're expecting a shower in the next few moments. Interrupt the broadcast.
Don't let it rain on our parade. Just huge pressure to just avoid this relegation semi-final. Nobody wants to be in that predicament. If any of ye able to make a wish for Lahardane in an ideal world. Now, pre-match huddle for the boys. And there's Jack McHale on the far side. Got injured in the minor match last night. Ger Lovett and Davy Burke over there. So only the actual 24 are allowed to sit down. So we're on a Veen. Now, a rousing rendition of our on Veen there by the Invisible Band. So here we go. How is everyone shaping up there?
Keep an eye out, yeah, see if there's any changes to the listed teams. We'll more look at the programme.
So, yeah, as we said, Chris Rowland in the 24 now. Back from a hamstring injury in place of Adam Garrett with a hamstring injury.
Big game for him as well tomorrow, I suppose. Glenhess Rovers.
That's right.
On a cup semi-final. But all attention focused on this one here in Kilshima. Looking forward to it for some time. Thankfully it's going ahead.
So all
football comes in handy.
All the Lahardane players over on the fair wing. Ballyhaunis have the benefit of the stand here, so away we go.
Ball is thrown in there. Ballyhaunis midfielder there, Kieran Kiley. Plays it over to number 11, Joe Sutton. back into the midfielder, number 9, Kieran Kiley. Plays over to the far side, Kevin Gallagher kicks it into the forward line. Met by the boot of the corner forward, Jason Coyne. He'll be important to Ballyhaunis today, as top scorer for them.
Lahardane retreating back a good bit there.
There's that man Keith Higgins on the ball. It's weird to be cheering against him.
A very inaccurate pass to Keith Loftus, back sweeping. Ball up the line, given away to Mark Noon, beaten by Jack Coyne.
Ballyhaunis number 10 there, Cormac Phillips. Collins full back, he likes to take a more of an advanced position. Over to Kevin Byrne, plays it wide over to Dave Connor Freely. Patrick Caulfield, another June there for Ballyhaunis. Also great possession there by Cormac Riley. First time Lahardane gets some possession in this game. Over there to Aidan Cronin. That's a very well won free there. Turnover by Cormac. Free won by Aidan into Dara Walsh.
Great ball by
and turns.
Great ball by Aidan.
Plays it into Adrian Leonard. He looked to get a score early on. He takes a shot, but it's just to the left. Over the bar. That's an excellent score there by Adrian Leonard. I'm sorry to have doubted him for a moment.
Good stuff.
Excellent stuff there. Great beginning for Lahardane.
Very direct. The Aidan feeding Dara Welsh, feeding Adrian, and a 1-0 lead straight away.
Ball kicked out there. Gary Noctis looking for the breakdown, but Shane Loftus' pace is able to find it. Certainly there he was knocked over. Oh, that's a questionable decision. Shane Loftus went to try and pick up the ball and was pushed in the back, but somehow Ballyhaunis free now. That's number 3, Owen Collins at the ball. Plays it over to the wing back, Connor Freely.
So he's a fine cut of a fellow, Owen Collins. He's a big lad.
Getting on the ball very early for a full forward into the big man, Patrick Caulfield. A bit of pace there, no one can handle him. That's level already, 1 point to Lahardane over Ballyhaunis.
Yeah,
stuff already.
That was a bit more direction than their first attack, but anyway, back to the way we started, 1 each.
Joe Mulhern with the kick out. He's searching for Matthew Queenan. Met by the fist of the Ballyhaunis midfielder.
Well done.
Oh, and a slip there by Lawrence Leonard, but he's back in possession and Keith Loftus has it now. Matthew Queenan with it. He searches for Cormac Riley, who has the pace to beat Keith Higgins but decides to kick it in. Booted in towards Dara Walsh and Adrian Leonard. It's a scramble, but Dara looks to be in on goal.
Go on, Dara.
Excellent opportunity.
Rounds the goalie,
but left and wide.
Whoa. Oh, got a touch, it seems.
Yeah, it seems to be a 45 there for Lahardane. Unfortunate there that it wasn't anything more, but there's positive signs already.
He nearly wrote himself into the history books here last year when he rattled the crossbar against Michael Schlingerman when we nearly had the host side. We nearly had the host side rattled for a while, but Dara rounded the goalie there and got a 45 out of it. So hopefully Matthew
to put it over the bar, hopefully for Lahardane. Keep boots it. It's unfortunately just to the right and wide.
Just a well-timed shout from the Ballyhaunis stand.
Short kick out taken by Ballyhaunis goalkeeper Adrian Phillips. Owen Collins, big fist inside there into Kevin Gallagher, who kicks it in there to the man that Aidan Cronin is marking, number 11, Joe Sutton. And Jinxley turns us into the corner forward.
Whoa, turns well.
Slip back into midfielder Kevin Byrne. Plays over to Kieran Kiley.
They're going back a bit lateral again, but Lahardane have a lot of bodies back.
And there's Keith O'Malley. Oh, just lost possession.
Come on,
He
Keith.
managed to make the ball back into his hands. And he plays over to Aidan Cronin, a quick hand pass. And Lahardane seems to be deciding to play the ball within their own defensive area. Since the possession of Lawrence Leonard, he finds Aidan Cronin. Shane Loftus has it now. Mark Noon rather has it now. He takes a solo and is looking to advance through to the Ballyhaunis attack line. Plays it long in to Adrian Leonard.
Well done, Aidan.
Right ahead of his man, fortunately for Lahardane. And he has Cormac Riley to his left hand side, but I wonder will he go for another score, and he attempts it and it just looks like it curled over the bar, and that's the second score from Adrian Leonard. So already in the game we only have about Oh, under 5 minutes gone in this game, and Adrian Leonard has gotten both of Lahardane's scores. It's Lahardane 2 points, Ballyhaunis 1 score.
It's a very encouraging start. But
It's the kind of stuff you want to see.
oh,
And a short kick out again onto the fist of Owen Collins. He's been an important player for Ballyhaunis already. I mentioned he had his red card rescinded.
it's
Plays on Jason Coyne, top scorer for Ballyhaunis. Plays it in and he finds Barry Leonard.
well done.
Wins it well. He finds Matthew Queen
Whoa. All the experience in the world there.
into Gary Ogden. Oh, and a wayward kick there from Gary, but encouraging signs there from Lahardane, both in attack and in defence in the last few moments. Number 17, Conor Freely plays it back
Whoa.
to the
Come on.
cornerback Brian Hunt. That's over there to that man Keith Higgins. He looks to try and steady the ship and
Yeah.
play through
Probably
to
that.
Lahardane defence. That's number 17, Conor Freely. He's followed by Aaron Murphy.
Well, we get to see a head-to-head between Keith Higgins and Mark Noon, probably the two fastest players.
That's a shot taken there by the number 12, Jason Gallagher. Kevin Gallagher, rather, and that's a wide. So it scores to Lahardane 2 points, Ballyhaunis 1 score.
That full forward has a few inches there on Barry, but Barry, oh no, it's Keith O'Malley that has that big.
Joe Miller with the kick out, he finds Matthew Queen in acres of space, and he has won the mark there. He opts to kick it into Cormac Riley. It's been tracked by Keith Higgins. Cormac has plenty of pace. He won't be intimidated by Higgins, and that's a Ballyhaunis ball. Starting to have the heavens open on us here in Kilshima. Bright blue skies have changed to dark grey clouds above us as Ballyhaunis are in possession. Number 10, Kevin Gallagher. He plays long ball in, and that's an offensive mark there for Ballyhaunis. They've opted to hold on to it. He's going to take a shot. And he doesn't sound too happy about it, and that's because it's to the right and wide.
Great idea at the time, taking the mark, but
Seemed to have rushed his shot. I think he had a lot more time than he was giving himself credit for. It remains Lahardane 2 points, Ballyhaunis 1. Lahardane have had missed 2 scores, but Ballyhaunis have away so far, thankfully. And that's Gary Ogden with the great fetch, not even having to leave the earth. Kicks it long in, though it's a bit of a Hail Mary pass. But Lahardane win the point, and that's Darragh Walsh winning it for Lahardane. Decides to play it. Ooh, no. There were thoughts of him playing it short, playing it quick, but Adrian is going to opt to bring it into his hands and hopefully put it over the black spot and extend Lahardane's lead.
a blue spot, but we won't fall out over that.
Adrian with it. Oh, and that's right over the bar. Adrian Leonard with his 3rd point of the game. First one from a free, 2 from play already. It's Lahardane 3 points, Ballyhaunis 1 score.
It's
great to see Adrian get on the score sheet early. It's going to do wonders for his confidence. Fantastic start for him and for Lahardane as Ballyhaunis are in possession. They play it out there, intricate passing for a long ball looking for.
Bear with me now. We lost a leg there on our gantry.
Plays it over to Conor Freely. Back to Joe Sutton, who finds Kevin Byrne. Plays over to the cornerback Jack Coyne.
Great block, Aaron Murphy.
And the possession is in Lahardane's hands. It's Aidan Cronin to Matthew Queen. Over to Adrian Leonard. Back to Aidan Cronin again. Over to Keith Loftus. Back to Matthew Queen as well. Another hand pass over to Mark Noon. Intelligent play by Lahardane. Intricate passing. Mark Noon takes a solo, but he finds Ballyhaunis man. That's the number 10 Cormac Phillips. He passes it over to Jack Coyne and a smart decision to not bring it into his hands, and still in the Ballyhaunis possession. That's over there to Joe Sutton, who finds Cormac Phillips.
Benny Joyce losing his footing there again.
Jason Coyne, you'd have to question his boots. Hopefully he might have a spare pair. There's no space, and behind there for Joe Sutton. And after Patrick Caulfield, he'll have a chance at goal. And he takes it, and that's miles wide from 5 metres out. You don't see it too often. I think the Lahardane goal was open and exposed. Some frailties shown, but thankfully that's another Ballyhaunis wide.
And that's we've had a wide from them from a mark, and then that from play.
Joe Mulhern plays it short there, finds Lawrence Leonard, who plays over to Aaron Murphy. He's playing a wing back today. He'll hopefully enjoy that position. Over to Mark Noon, plays it back to Aaron Murphy again. This gives him ample opportunity and space to run through, a lot more freedom. Finds the other wing back, Aidan Cronin.
Go on, Aidan.
There's plenty of pace to burn.
Lovely ball. Go on,
Riley,
Cormac.
and he smashes it off the post, and it's still in play. And Adrian is advancing on the goalkeeper there. It's Adrian Phillips. He was man of the match for the hurlers last week, and he's in goal now today for the football team. And a great tackle there by Dara Walsh, who that's Joe early and Lahardane free, and for the hands of Adrian Leonard in the next few moments, or Dara, sorry, will be taking this one on the left hand side. That was very industrious work by Lahardane. Great to see Aaron Murphy and Aidan Cronin linking up there in the wing back positions for a great ball by Aidan into Cormac Riley, who just narrowly missed getting a score for Lahardane, and industrious work by Dara Walsh, who takes us free now for Lahardane. And there's no mistake.
Great stuff.
Excellent stuff, Dara.
So
that's Lahardane 4 points, Ballyhaunis 1 score.
So pardon the pun, the only lovely hurling been played here today is Lahardane.
Yeah, it's looking like senior hurling from Lahardane so far as well.
We wouldn't be a bit biased now, but
Adrian Phillips with the long kick out. They've opted to change tacks. They were going with the short ones earlier. Matthew Queen already wins a mark. That was a bit fortuitous enough, just landed into his chest, plays into Dara Walsh. Oh, he tries to get down for it, but struggles, and that's Lahardane ball there. Just a jumbling around of the feet, thankfully in Lahardane's favour. Oh, Dara plays it over to Shane Loftus. Back to Aaron Murphy. Over to Matthew Queenan.
It's like having extra midfielders there with Arden's height and Aidan Cronin's height. Aidan had a great game in midfield against Ardnaree last week. And
that's Matthew Queenan bearing down a goal. He plays it over to Adrian Leonard, the Lahardane full forward. He's on 3 scores already today. He plays it back to Dara Walsh. Dara takes a hop, finds excellent space with Gary Ogden. He's an ample opportunity for it, and that's right over the bar.
Lovely
Incredible
stuff.
Vision by Dara Walsh to eke out Gary Ogden, and an excellent score by Lahardane. It's Lahardane 5 points, Ballyhaunis 1 score. This is dream opportunity.
What I see noticed here now. So we're on a bit of a roll, the last 4 scores for Lahardane, and here we are right where we want to be in there, 21. Not kicking a rolling ball, I wonder what was that? It was a popular call with the Lahardane sideline and all.
Yeah, I don't seem to see what that issue was, but now it's in Lahardane possession. Matthew Queen has it, but it's dispossessed and back in Ballyhaunis. But number 10 Shane Loftus is a pass over to Dara Walsh, who swinging a hit, but it's a bit of a Hail Mary pass. I don't think he had any direction where that was going, and it's Ballyhaunis back with the ball. Keith Higgins plays over to the number 4 Brian Hunt. He's on the far side there. You can see the Lahardane subs are just in front of him. Over to number 9 Kieran Kiley. He finds Connor Freely, the number 17. He's playing at wing back for Ballyhaunis. Plays it over to Kieran Kiley again, Ballyhaunis midfielder. Back to the other midfielder, Kevin Byrne. He's followed by Cormac Riley. Puts in a tackle and he slips himself, and a tough one there. Still with Ballyhaunis hands. Over to Jason Coyne.
Look at the amount of bodies there. It's like an underage game.
They seem to be following the ball, not with space, and Lahardane
lovely.
Back in
Come on, Nooney.
Passes straight over to Mark Noon. He must have had some case of mistaken identity as we were watching there. Shane Loftus was pulled off the ball. Aidan Cronin is searching for that one, but unfortunately it's Joe Sutton in possession with Ballyhaunis centre forward. He's followed there.
Nobody with no umpire drawing attention to that, but Jamie Costello, the physio, has gone out to Shane Loftus.
Kevin Byrne plays over to number 3 Owen Collins, who plays along with the fist pass into Patrick Caulfield, who has plenty of pace for a big man, and takes with his right boot, and that's surely over the bar for Ballyhaunis, the 2nd point of the game. Now the umpire is aware of that event that happened off the ball with Shane Loftus. You really have to question what that was. There were plenty of cards doled out in the previous Ballyhaunis games against Ballinrobe and against Costamina, so I wonder if it's something that Lahardane have exploited for some frailties within their decision-making process for some of the players. It's interesting to see what approach the referees want to take now after this short consultation with the umpire.
So we're on 5 points to 2, and Kieran Barnacle from Brafey.
That's number 8, Kevin Byrne. Kevin Byrne, he's called over.
The big...
Jesus, I don't know.
Alright, Gary Owen McMahon that's here this wing. So maybe the
eagerly await Kieran Barnacle's decision here. He's pulling out a yellow card for number 8, Kevin Byrne. And look at there, Joe Sutton on Aidan Cronin. He's decided to throw a few punches towards him, but it's no bother to Aidan. Finds Gary Ogden, he's searching for it. Back in Ballyhaunis possession, and that's the number 11, Joe Sutton. He's gone on a grip with a ball already. Plays over to Connor Freely. And that's found and just turned over.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, that's just messy there.
National pick on Shane Loftus Day. So that could be a second midfielder booked for
A second challenge on Shane Loftus.
flattening poor Shane. But Shane, the postmaster, always delivered.
That's another yellow card. So that's the 2 Ballyhaunis midfielders are on yellow cards.
Pick on some in your own size. Poor Shane. He's well able to look after himself. But
I wonder they're from Coleman Stone United.
Is Shane like Gary Lineker? Was he ever booked in his career himself?
He's a complete angel. There's 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and a Shane Loftus yellow card. Gary Ogden there. He finds Ballyhaunis possession. Kevin Byrne has it now. Adrian Edwards was seen to have found the ball and plays it into the Ballyhaunis number 12.
So
Kevin Gallagher
must be coming up to the water break soon, but 5 points to 2.
Over to Connor Freely. There's a lot of space in there for the Ballyhaunis full forward, and he just doesn't find him. That's number 10, Cormac Phillips, he's searching out. Joe Mulhern is in possession, and he finds Keith Loftus.
It's not often the goalkeeper will find his corner forward. That's the size of Joe now.
That's played over to Benny Joyce. He has plenty of pace.
Ah,
that's a clear
Jesus
and
Christ.
obvious push. You know, it's only early days, but there's been a lot of questionable fouls by Ballyhaunis already. Water break call there by Kieran Barnacle.
We can gather our breath, but that's we'll take 3 more quarters of that, so we will.
It was excellent stuff so far. A lot of positivities there. Adrian Leonard just starting exactly as he wanted him. Burst out of the gates.
Sorry we can't be impartial, but yeah, the team from North Mayo coming to an East Mayo pitch, taking on a East Mayo team. It's nice to see 5 points in 1 quarter.
Especially as we mentioned, I suppose beforehand, Lahardane hadn't been scoring freely as they have been in the past, but it does look to be somewhat different today.
Let's see, is there going to be any shenanigans here? Probably not. They're around the block too long to think it's a panic after 1 quarter.
Yeah, there's plenty of experience in this Ballyhaunis team, and even looking at the bench as well. The likes of Morgan Lyons, I wonder what his fitness level is like. He'd be known to followers of Mayo football teams as well. He's been in and around panels, a very pacey operator. Seems to be how they breed them in that part of the world.
So
Lahardane 5 points, Ballyhaunis 2. Just going through some of the scores, there's Adrian Leonard with 3 of Lahardane scores, Darren Walsh with a 3, and the 5th one came from
Gary Ogden from play.
That's right. And the water break's over. Jesus, that seemed to be shorter than I remember them.
A minute is enough to drink
to get a sip.
A load of. You should be able to scull a pint of water or a pint of whatever in that space of time. So, speaking of drink and celebrations, congrats to former Lahardane player Pádraig Rowland. Is no longer a single Pringle. Hope he's enjoying Keevan's commentary.
One thing
so Zippy Higgins not a factor yet, but it's early days. He'll go on some run sooner or later.
I'm sure Ballyhaunis will be looking forward to that water break there to regroup, find some momentum, because it has been a poor beginning for them. You see that Talisman, the captain, just slapping his thighs. Owen Collins in frustration, no one finding him out, but it's found to Joe Sutton, the centre forward. He looked to play a long ball into the full forward line, but opts to play it short over to Cormac Phillips. Finds the yellow carded Kevin Byrne, who has Connor Freely now, and Owen Collins has finally found he's in acres of space. He takes an awful lot of steps, and he finds Ballyhaunis possession with Connor Freely once again, and that's passed over to number 8, Kevin Byrne. He plays it short to Joe Sutton. Aidan Cronin is following him currently. And they play it back. Excellent defending by Lahardane, pushing them back, giving them zero options. Cormac Phillips in possession now. He's held onto it for a while with Mark Noon tracking him. Plays it over to Kevin Gallagher, who finds Kieran Kiley.
Connor Freely is the only one moving freely here.
Owen Collins seems to be taking up an awful lot of space for a man playing full back on the programme. He's been on a lot of balls so far, and that's Connor Freely. Man, he's in an awful lot of space. Plays it right to right and wide. This score there by Connor Freely, and that's a lot of momentum gone, a lot of possession in Ballyhaunis' hands, and it came to nothing.
Yeah, it's
anything you want to see.
Just not settled. 5 points to 2, but again, it's only a kick of a ball.
Joe nearly slipped when he kicked that out, and he only finds Ballyhaunis man, but they also tackle each other, and that's found down with Shane Loftus.
Jesus.
He puts himself where it hurts, and Lawrence goes and barges in there. Yeah, it's questionable. And Lawrence is going to be getting himself.
There was another
and a bucket by the looks of things.
There was another tackle on Shane there that.
Yeah, seems to be not a fan of Shane.
But no,
that's it. Lahardane, yellow card. I don't think he put the boot in. That's what the referee seems to be indicating. He kind of put the shoulder in.
The ball was there, and
Owen Collins with a long kick into the Ballyhaunis full forward line over the head of Benny Joyce, and that finds Jason Coyne. He's a nimble operator. Takes it with his left boot, and that's a wide score. No score, wide ball.
They're racking up the wides, all right.
Allow them to do that all day.
But
they don't need to get onto the ball now. They haven't seemed to have any sort of meaningful possession in the last few moments since the restart of the water break.
Benny Joyce, nearly man of the match every day. He togs out, but he's just not had. No, not nitpicking. He just slipped once or twice, and hopefully he'll get on a run at some stage soon.
Plays it over there to Cormac Phillips. Ballyhaunis have it now. Clearing down in the Lahardane goal. Find a lot of space in behind the defence. Awful lot of men there. And that's played over to Patrick Caulfield. He takes in the right boot.
Great block
by Barry Leonard. Wow, that was incredible stuff.
Oh, Jesus. How many of them I see blocked over the years?
Murphy with the ball now. Found over to Matthew Queenan.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. Now Lahardane can regroup and do what they do best. Plenty of pace in this team as Mark Noon has the ball and he sees Aidan Cronin running. Aidan has it now, plays over to Adrian Leonard. He has the option of taking with the left boot, but he finds Ballyhaunis man, that's number 12 Kevin Gallagher. He finds Keith Higgins in space, and that's the one thing you don't want to see from a Lahardane perspective. But he seems to slow it down now, and he can speed it up just as fast as he can. And plays over to Jack Coyne, who takes it with his right boot, and that's straight wide once again. That's an awful lot of wides.
I'd be a big fan of Keith Higgins in the green and red, but right now in the black and red, in outer space, I prefer to see him now in rather than in space here in Gilmartin Park.
Joe Mulhern with the kick out, he plays it short to Aidan Cronin, who's tracked by Joe Sutton, but very cleverly Aidan doesn't even go for it and plays it over to Aaron Murphy. Those two have linked up very well on opposite wings.
Oh, great ball to Cormac Riley
there now, centre forward for Lahardane. Back to Aaron Murphy, plays it in, back into Cormac Riley. Oh, that's very cleverly done by Cormac Riley, and violent there by Ballyhaunis. That's questionably now, that is another yellow card.
You could hear the clatter of
he had no interest of getting near that ball.
Boot to shin there.
Cormac's alright, hopefully.
Well, Cormac emulated his younger brother Fionn last night with 2 goals. Fionn got 2 goals for Glenhest.
It's a yellow card there for, that's the third one. Don't see what number, I think it's the cornerback, Brian Hunt. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So 5 points to 2 for Lahardane on the scoreboard. 3-1 to Ballyhaunis on the cards.
Who is that?
That's
number 7, David Conan, I think, with the yellow card. So that's the 2 Ballyhaunis midfielders and their wing back. As Adrian takes it with his right boot on the left hand side. And he puts it right over the bar. Jeez. He is a pep in his step this evening. Adrian Leonard with his.
That had to be a tight angle to be shooting from, but 6 points to 2 now.
And that's Adrian Leonard, 4th of the game.
And there he goes short again. Short.
An awful lot of space there, but that's the space that Lahardane want to give them in that area. Not when they want to give it to this man, number 18, Keith Higgins. He's been tracked by Matthew Queenan. He plays a very, very
Whoa,
right
Jesus, Barry.
very easy position, and he gifted over to Patrick Caulfield. Oh, it's getting comical now. That's another wide ball from Ballyhaunis. They've only registered 2 points in this entire game.
He spared Barry's blushes there, but
Yeah, Jesus.
from
He wouldn't be happier than Barry that he put that wide.
from a inspirational block a few minutes ago to winning that and spilling it.
Joe, interestingly here, seems to be struggling with the amount of dirt around the area there. It's a muddy patch. He slipped already taking a kick out. But he finds Adrian Leonard there in the middle of the park, Lahardane full forward. In loads of space is Shane Loftus and has the offensive mark just on the borderline. Very cleverly done. And he takes the sting out of it now as he looks for Cormac Riley, who gets it right into his chest. That's another offensive mark, but didn't seem to be given.
Back to Dara Welch
with his left boot, and that is clinical.
Yes, great stuff. 7 points to 2 to Lahardane. That's nearly what we'd score in any game, but then again, our second halves haven't been all that they could be recently. Let's hope they haven't everything used up in this opening half. So here goes Jack Coyne, is it?
So it's Lahardane 7 points, Ballyhaunis 2 points. As Matthew Queen wins possession for Lahardane, palms it over to Cormac Riley, but it's Kieran Kiley there. Or Kevin Byrne rather. Plays it over to Kieran Kiley.
Shane had the case.
He's not too happy. What? Do you see what happened there?
Yeah, he was interfered with as he... He was interfered with there as he was trying to give chase, so...
Unfortunate there, Ballyhaunis have gone down to the third point of the game. Lahardane 7 points, Ballyhaunis 3.
It's a nice cushion. We'll
take that from the start of the day.
We'll take that, but...
a lot of football to be played yet.
Things have a habit, or things can go pear-shaped. But anyway, in the heart of East Mayo, Lahardane from the north are leading their East Mayo counterparts.
Aidan Cronin making it first for space there, but Joe plays it out to the left, and that's a sideline kick for Ballyhaunis. 2 questionable distribution points there for Lahardane from the goalkeeper position, but it's played into Keith Higgins, who's given the ball away a good few times for Ballyhaunis, surprisingly, but he hits it with the right boot into Patrick Caulfield. Barry Leonard once again is in there with the strong fist, and Lahardane have possession. As Aidan has it, playing it over to Aaron Murphy.
Yeah, Jesus,
who has Barry Leonard there in possession.
Keith.
Finds Gary Upton with a simple hand pass. Who has Lawrence Leonard there. Over to Matthew Queenan, who has Keith Higgins zipping around him. And that's a Lahardane free. Excellent stuff. The bulwark Matthew Queenan is able to hold on to possession as he has Aaron Murphy right here on this side.
Jesus, the advantage.
But that's very unfair.
I suppose there was a man down there a while, but...
I didn't see that. Patrick Caulfield there, that's after the Barry Leonard fisted defensive clearance. He seemed to have come through and injured Patrick Caulfield. Well, I don't know, I think it must be on the landing for Ballyhaunis for forward, because it's his left knee that is needing attention. For
someone that tall, it's a long way down.
It is.
Here comes Liam Herr warming up here. He may be entering the fray soon. There's plenty of scope for him in there.
He's bought a shooting boots, and that's what
Keith Higgins with 2 balls straight to Lahardane fellas, and a third one that was into a crowd and ended up with Lahardane. So for someone with vast experience, you'd think
maybe he's still on the hurling mode. Last week.
He's playing puck. Number 17, the far side, Jarlath Mahan, is having a little stretch, but no harm to have men warming up anyway.
Back on his feet there, Patrick Caulfield, and as the play resumes, Lahardane gives the ball away to Callum Gardner rather. Plays it over there to Kevin Byrne. Back over to the other Ballyhaunis midfielder, Kieran Kiley, who finds Cormac Phillips, who plays long within, and as
well done.
Just gets anything, gets the right leg and the hand to it, and it's now Lahardane ball. Plays over to Shane Loftus, With Aidan Cronin there, plays it back again to Shane Loftus. Intelligent distribution as he finds Darragh Walsh in the Lahardane full forward line, who also has Adrian right up ahead of him.
This is lovely stuff in attack.
Adrian has options there as Aidan makes a burst from the defence. As Darragh takes it with his left boot and slices it far to the left and wide.
No, it's
back
short.
Short to the Ballyhaunis goalkeeper. And they regroup once again as Conor Freely in lots of space. Colin Phillips into Keith Higgins. He's in a lot more of an advanced role now with Gary Octon picking him up.
No bother to you, Gary. Stick.
Benny Joyce is looking to take him on there, but it's still Ballyhaunis ball. Very scrappy there. No free given away until
Well done.
Keith O'Malley wins it for Lahardane. Fantastic stuff.
Great stuff, Keith.
We're not going to complain. And he finds Mark Noon, who takes a touch. And unfortunately, he cannot get it back into his own hands, and it's Owen Collins with possession now for Ballyhaunis. So fists it over to Cormac Phillips.
For a big man, Owen Collins, whoa, Jesus.
Kieran Kiley, he took a long one earlier and put Ballyhaunis over the bar, but that's Kevin Gallagher now. He turns Lawrence Leonard.
Bear with this hour.
And they take a strike, Jason Coyne, and that's a score for Ballyhaunis. That is Lahardane 7 points, Ballyhaunis 4 points. As our tripod seems to have moved position here, we're
No, I'll stay well in at the middle.
Difficulties.
Now,
That's Lahardane 7 points, Ballyhaunis 4 points, 3 scores. That's the deficit. And Joe Mahern kicks it out. He looks for Aidan Cronin, and Keith O'Malley is fumbling around there looking for the ball, but it's in Ballyhaunis' hands. As that's Callum Gardner playing it through now, finds Keith Higgins.
Oh, well done.
Murphy, very intelligently done on Keith Higgins. That's very well done. Oh, travelling there by Aidan, supposedly.
it was only because of a bit of urging, a few urges from the...
Yeah, I think there was a lot of harrying and haranguing. As Ballyhaunis have the free now, in lots of space.
Tight angle there now, but...
That's the Ballyhaunis score. That's the 4th point of the game. 5th point of the game. Lahardane 7 points, Ballyhaunis 5 points. They're really closing the gap now. It's a 2-point game.
all of a sudden that lovely 4-point margin is halved, so the shouting for less than 100 people, the shouting has picked up a bit.
And Joe plays over to Keith O'Malley, who finds Aaron Murphy, who beats plenty of men there as Keith O'Malley rather, keeps on going.
Lovely.
He has Mark Noon with
Good stuff,
plenty
Nooney.
of space and plenty of speed, advancing through with
lovely.
Cormac Riley. And then he has on
fine
the right
Cormac.
boot. Wow, that is
Good man,
special.
Mark Noon.
We're well used to seeing Keith Higgins do something similar up in Crow Park, cheering him on in the green and red. But anybody watching Lahardane over the years knows how important Mark Noon is and how sensational he can turn on the afterburners and have the end product. So that's Lahardane 8 points, Ballyhaunis 5 points. And to be honest, Enda, we needed that.
Yeah. I know you cannot call a 2-point thing a crisis, but it was as well to get back a goal margin. Now Gary Nocton wins the ball back. Really, the ball is like a hot potato there, Barry. Oh, whoa.
Barry looks to be fairly beleaguered at the moment, but he finds a way to kick the ball over to Steve Loftus, who has Matthew Queen in there as well.
I'd say Jamie Costello, the physio, will have to...
He'll be busy at half time as Gary Octon's in possession, takes it with the right boot. Didn't know who he was looking for and has found a Ballyhaunis hand as it's played over to Keith Higgins just in front of us here. Right over to Joe Sutton, who's played it back to the Ballyhaunis captain Owen Collins, who has Kevin Gallagher.
That's
Over there to the number 4 Brian Hunt.
Whoa,
How's it
Jesus
there?
Christ.
Very physical altercation there with Callum Gardner as it's given over to Kieran Kiley. Back to Owen Collins again as Lawrence Leonard tries to track him, gets a hand in, and it's taken by the left boot of Kieran Kiley, and it's over the bar. Owen Collins rather, and that's over the bar.
It's a long way from Clare to here. But
It's back now to a 2-point game. Lahardane 8 points, Ballyhaunis 6.
with all Lahardane's, well, then again, I suppose...
We actually haven't any possession. We've just taken our chances so far. and been a lot more clinical, but it's only 2 points of difference as Joe Mulhern looks to kick it out, plays it short over to Aaron Murphy, and he's not going to be thankful for that one that he has to let run. Thankfully it's in his possession and he turns his man quite simply.
Fine athletic fella, he'll make no bother now, Benny.
Finding Benny Joyce, that's another man who's well capable of doing it. He was struck there. That's another man that was struck, Matthew Queenan, and you have to wonder where the Lahardane free is going to come here, because this is ridiculous.
Jesus. There should have been a free there a second ago for
Benny Joyce. Was cleaned out of it as he was running through, but it wasn't given, and Ballyhaunis now has possession with Jason Coyne. He's gotten a score now today as they go on the far side. Aaron Murphy
well done, Aaron.
Now.
Keep him there.
Difficult to get by him. Aaron is going to have plenty of pace from that. Jason Coyne rather plays it over to Jack Coyne, who finds another Ballyhaunis man as they look to recycle possession over to Owen Collins. He got the last score. Will he think he can do it again? Over there to Callum Gardner. He takes it. He puts it over the bar. They do indeed. They may have possession count. That is Ballyhaunis 7 points, Lahardane 8. Lahardane 8, Ballyhaunis 7 points. So 1 point game as it's just been called to half time there. Both sides won't go into the dressing room. Ballyhaunis will be in the stand. Lahardane will be out in the open expanse of the Kilchimot training pitch.
They've hit a purple patch there now.
They seem to have brought the shooting boots there in the last few minutes of the first half, but it's been Lahardane who hold the lead at half time. It's going to make for a very interesting second half.
Yeah, it's you just wonder some of the chances that got away, but then again each team have missed their fair share. A few of the Lahardane subs gone down to get a few pot shots. So the subs that can come on are Aidan Coleman, Jarlath Mahan, Paul Coleman, Chris Rowland, Jason Joyce, Joe Canavan, Shane Finnerty, Michael Coleman and Mickey Murphy. Mickey Murphy with the goal last week. Joe Canavan picked off a nice point against Ardnary after coming on, so Shane Finnerty of course is great from play and great from frees, so plenty
of options there for John Stagg if he decides to go for them. And I think by the way things are looking, Barry does seem to be carrying a knock, but he's well able to soldier on.
Barry is standing alone over there with Jamie Costello chatting to him.
Ballyhaunis team have decided to go down to the...
They don't want to be in earshot, but not...
Keith Higgins seems to be the one leading them down there. They'll be scratching their heads how they are in this position. They point down at half time. They've had plenty of opportunities, plenty of missed scores. They're a team who were in the county final last year in this division. And now they're...
So we have both midfielders booked, and who else?
The two midfielders, Kevin Byrne and Kieran Kiley, are on yellow cards, and number 7, David Cunan, is also the third one with the yellow card. For Lahardane, it's only Lawrence Leonard with the yellow card so far, and it really has been pick on Shane Loftus Day for Ballyhaunis. He is, if you can say, won the yellow cards for Lahardane in terms of getting Ballyhaunis men booked just by existing. So it's been a hotly contested game here so far.
So you'd love to be a fly on the wall over at the Lahardane side to see what the crack is. We have a number 16 in a goalie's jersey on the Keeving. Yeah, too close for comfort. So what are we? Number 16. Oh yeah, sure. Aidan Coleman is listed as 16, but it's whoever it is putting on a track top. I'd imagine Aidan would prefer to be coming on outfield. So we'll I don't know, we stick with Gino or what?
It's amazingly quiet. All you can just hear is the thud of the ball around the place. No spectators here, of course. You can hear the entire Ballyhaunis conversation. They're not happy. Owen Collins is leading the procession there of their huddle on the left-hand side. They won't be happy with the missed opportunities they've had. But the same said for Lahardane. Plenty of chances, and it's been a positive first half for the black and amber side.
I suppose you're always going to, a few shots are going to go begging sometime, but each side will be ruin some of theirs. Yeah, just lovely sweeping moves from Lahardane. They're more direct than Ballyhaunis when they get going. But we had had a wide. Did that fall short from Matthew Queenan from a 45, and Dara just before that rounded the goalie and was tipped for a 45. So who knows, a goal could be crucial, although Adrian Phillips and Big Joe are two imposing figures in goal.
I haven't really seen a test on either goalkeeper so far. The only opportunity, Dara Walsh is through on goal. Got a 45.
So far they're only here for their good looks and kick-outs. But
you can hear Charles Jennings with an earshot. He's talking about the pace of the Lahardane team. That certainly has been very impressive to see so far. When you see the likes of Aidan Cronin, Aaron Murphy at breakneck speed, and then they find someone like Mark Noon or Shane Loftus, and then even in the full forward line you have someone like Cormac Riley and Adrian Leonard. There's plenty of speed in amongst that entire Lahardane team. Ballyhaunis major headache so far as they're looking to address it. What do you think?
yeah. Oh yeah. I'll say hello. You alright?
Just off the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll work without the mic as well.
Are you just going to Facebook Live, is it?
Well, just the actual Facebook page, and you can choose to go live then, and just at the end to save it or whatever.
You can get it up on your phone there, you'll have instant replays.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I
it's
want to know how you're doing.
it's cheap and cheerful, or it's just the tripod is a bonus for a bit of stability, but what we're gaining in the tripod here, we're losing in boards or wobbling under us. So.
You need to be up high as well. Having a gantry like this is helpful. So we'd like to thank Kilshima sorting things out for us. Looking after us.
Yeah, as long as there's a better signal than Buffino, happy days.
It's a nice cellular black spot that we have. Nestled in beside Nathan. Well, there's meant to be an internet connection coming soon out to the community centre, so
Yeah, there's
one to be excited about.
a great big dish is erected for a while, but just to be switched on, and only this week the work has started on the playground, the long-awaited playground that's on the literally a 7-year plan. So
Is there going to be a ribbon cutting moment for the internet connection?
I don't know about the
Some sort of countdown?
broadband, but there'll be a stampede of the who's who in the political circles, I'm sure, down for it's supposed to be the last playground awarded in Mayo, so we're very, very lucky to
The
be
very
getting
last playground awarded in Mayo.
Seems so. The county is saturated with them, so
It took a long time for it to come to this parish.
all our kids had to play with was little piles of stones up till now, so
And turf.
so
I don't know what to do with the monkey bars.
so here we go, a huge 30 to 35 minutes.
Looking around to see if there's any changes. No
Witness.
changes in either midfield. It's carrying on to the Queen in there for Lahardane.
We've Adrian gone number 12 and Mark Noon gone full forward, and Owen Collins, so that might occupy Owen back there. He can't
I
be.
hope so. So he doesn't seem to enjoy much defending. He spends a lot of the time in the attacking third for a full back, and he was leading the conversation there at half time as the ball's thrown in by Kieran Barnacle, and it's in the possession of Matthew Queenan, who plays it in, and it's slipped there, found by Dara Walsh, but Keith Higgins has a boot to it already. Plays it back to Owen Collins, who has Connor Freely over there. Back again to Owen Collins once again. And all the way back to Adrian Phillips.
Between Owen from the clear from the Clare team, and Keith from the Mayo team, and then Jack Coyne from the Mayo under 21s. Is a lot of county pedigree back there.
As it's found into the Ballyhaunis attacking area. Played over to Joe Sutton, who's in possession. He'll have to take his strike, but he finds over Kevin Gallagher. And it's into the Lahardane, and there's a turnover there. I think that's Keith O'Malley there lying on the ground. Is it? It's Jamie Sweeney, Jamie Costello rather. The Lahardane physio is back in, but Lawrence Leonard with possession now, and he finds Matthew Queenan. Matthew Queenan has Mark Noon on his left hand side, and he plays it over to him, and he picks Dara Walsh as the man to deliver the ball into. He gives the option to Matthew Queenan, plays it smart, and Aaron Murphy is there on the right hand side, dazzlingly bright boots, and has Dara Walsh over there. Who can take his time, sauntering around. He's still from footballer, but puts on the speed and finds Cormac Riley. Unfortunately there, and it's battled out there.
He's won it again. Well done, Cormac.
Excellent soccer skills there, but finds Dara Walsh once again. Plays it back to Shane Loftus. Chance for Lahardane to regroup as the Ballyhaunis defence is packed. Shane has plenty of space. Decides to bring him on a run.
Oh,
as
Jesus!
He's pushed there as he kicks the ball. Down to Mark Noon. We'll have an opportunity now to turn. He's looking for a man there, and he spots Lawrence Leonard.
Good
That's
flick.
very well done. And the Ballyhaunis man wants to
Well done, Dara. Well.
And Dara Walsh in possession.
Oh, half blocked, and it might spin funny, but it doesn't spin funny.
And Adrian Phillips in possession now. He already went for a big old run. Just keep an eye on Mark Noon and the number 13. Callum Gardner, he's on him. It's a bad sign when you have to put the corner forward back, Mark Noon. They're clearly quite worried as he just went to attack him off the ball. Sorry now, but Matthew Queen is in possession.
Well done, Matthew.
I'm trying to keep an eye on off the ball action here, but it's hard enough to even keep it on the ball with Dara Walsh in possession now for Lahardane. Trying to steady to regroup to the shore firing Adrian Leonard. Who finds Cormac Riley. He'll take it. Oh, that's an unsteady strike with his left boot, and he was with the wobbly standing leg. You'd wonder about the conditions here are quite heavy, even though it has been dry in recent times.
Keith Higgins has the freedom.
That's a short one played over to Brian Hunt.
No.
Played over there to Kieran Kiley of Ballyhaunis. He looks for the corner forward, Jason Coyne. But
well
it's
done.
Turned over
Come
again.
on.
Once again. There's Shane Loftus. He finds Gary Naughton. And finds over there to Cormac Riley. He plays a long ball in. He's searching for Benny Joyce. He puts him on a run, and Benny can keep on going. He doesn't seem to be too confident.
Keep it in, keep it in, keep it in. He
still has it there, and he's very deep in
Go on, Benny.
Ballyhaunis defence. He jinks, he turns. He's well able to take a score. He plays over to Aidan Cronin, who's bearing down on goal.
Well done. Well done by the.
Unfortunately, there it was great play by Benny Joyce and by Aidan Cronin, but it's back into Ballyhaunis' hands as Keith Higgins is in possession now.
So
He plays it with his right boot. Finds number 8, Kevin Byrne. There's the option of Kevin Gallagher on the far side. This will be a chance for Ballyhaunis to regroup and get up into the attacking third. As they find again, that's Kevin Gallagher in possession now with Lawrence Leonard giving chase. I didn't even need to touch him when he fell, and that's number 9, Kieran Kiley.
Jenny charging there. Jenny.
That's free given away.
I thought he was charging, and Parrish thought that he'd get a second yellow, but
Wouldn't wish that on him.
Anyway, we have Jason Coyne.
Yeah, he's been a real bright spark for Ballyhaunis in the attacking third. Haven't had too much success, but he will be the one taking the score.
Them Coynes are bright sparks, alright.
With the left boot. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a coin.
Something like I do back in me day. But, no, as Larry Gogan would say, I keep saying it, they didn't suit you today now.
Let's hope they keep on not suiting him. Joe Mahern is here with the kick out. It's going to be an important one for Lahardane. He plays it quick, short, and he finds the Ballyhaunis man. That's Kevin Gallagher in possession.
Just a 1 point.
There, played over to Patrick Caulfield. Who finds
Lahardane's 1
Keith
point
Higgins.
lead is
Oh,
looking.
and that's Keith Higgins doing what he does.
Steps.
And he was dragged. Jeez, there were a questionable amount of steps taken there.
So this could bring it level now. Lahardane's 1 point lead is looking shaky. So here goes Coyne again.
taken by the Ballyhaunis number 15, Jason Coyne, and he rectifies his one earlier, and that's over the bar for Ballyhaunis, making it level. We're back to even sticks now, 8 points each.
He wasn't going to miss from there, so he wasn't.
And now it's a chance for Joe Mulhern to go for a kick out, but he searches and he finds another Ballyhaunis man. Gary Ogden kicks it, and that's another turnover for Ballyhaunis.
Nearly worked out. Well done,
another
Keith.
Sloppy play there,
On,
giving
Keith.
it away to each other, option after option, and it's still back into Ballyhaunis' hands. Lahardane haven't gotten onto it. As is a punch there by Conor Freely, takes it by Aidan Cronin as Benny Joyce tracks him. Played over there now to Callum Gardner. He's the man who's taking a speculative strike, and his teammates aren't happy with that one, and it finds Paul Coleman, who's back in return from injury in full fitness, and that's an incredible player to have off the bench. Very beneficial for John Stagg's side, and that's another brutal one, and he's on a yellow.
It has to be.
He's gone. Bye bye.
Got to be reckless.
Jesus, they don't like Shane Loftus. What has he done to them? They mustn't like the new pizzas and Barrett's.
Yes, any little card on top of the previous one.
He hasn't booked him yet, no?
Come on, John Glavey, it's a foregone conclusion. Yes, there's no... Surely to God, you've left him with no option now. Kevin?
What? Jesus Christ, no, that's very questionable. That's incredible, really. I think you'll see that there in the replay. Just swipe back there and you saw that was the number 8 Kieran Kiley, or Kevin Byrne rather, who had the arm in and went.
Oh no, if there's going to be a card now for talk instead of the high tackle, that's ridiculous now. That was dangerous play there from Kevin Byrne in on the tackle on Shane Loftus. He's every right to be aggrieved because that was a foregone conclusion for a yellow card. You can see how lads get frustrated.
You can understand it. Jesus Christ. That's really questionable there by Kieran Barnacle.
Instead of them being down to 14,
Lahardane pick up the second booking for Shane Loftus.
They've got a very lucky week of it. Had red card lifted last.
The referee lost the report, remember that one?
No, even St Anthony couldn't find it. No.
Ballyhaunis possession now. Kevin Gallagher with the ball. He plays it over to number 10, Cormac Phillips, over the head of Lawrence Leonard. As they're bearing down a goal, that will give them an extra pep in their step. And that's a strike to the left and wide, right over towards the dressing room. That takes the sting out of that. You would have to question or wonder, in the worst case scenario, if that had gone over the bar, it would have put them in the lead after the bounce they'd received from not getting the man sent off and getting Shane Loftus yellow carded. Well, that's Joe Mulhern with the kick out now for Lahardane. They look to want to regroup. David searching long, but it's into the hands of Joe Sutton. Full possession now, and he manages to lose the ball altogether, but Keith O'Malley's giving chase to him. Plays over to Keith Higgins, who's met by a tackle, and Keith O'Malley seems to be shown to...
We made it easy for the referee, so do we face now our first deficit of the day?
I think we could do. The battle of the Keiths there.
No, don't say. But in fairness to Kieran Barnacle, I'd say he was going book on Kevin Byrne that time, and whatever John Glavey said, but it was all John Glavey's help here on the sideline saved that second yellow. So up comes Adrian Phillips all the way from goal to try and do a Stephen Cluxton. No, he wouldn't imagine distance is an issue that you'd have to...
Yeah, call up the goalkeeper, and he takes it from the ground, and that's confidently over the bar, and Ballyhaunis are in the lead for the first time in this game. That's Ballyhaunis 9 points, Lahardane 8 points. It's getting darker and darker here.
So Paul Coleman must have come on for Barry Linner that time.
Yeah, Barry was certainly picked up an injury by the looks of things in the first half. Had an excellent first half for Lahardane. Kept Patrick Caulfield very quiet in there in the full forward line for Ballyhaunis.
Paul has gone where he's never gone before, into full back, but he's trying to pull his men.
Joe Mulhern with the kick out now. This will be important for Lahardane. He searches out for Gary Ogden, who gets his right hand to it, a talismanic figure for Lahardane. He plays it over to Lawrence Leonard. They have intent on the rise. Cormac Riley plays over to Mark Moon. That's plenty of space.
This is good. Go on, Mark.
Just keep on going, Mark.
Derek, go for him.
Adrian Leonard with the right boot, and that's a right
Oh.
goal. Unfortunately, he just didn't have a flat glimpse of the post and put it to the left and wide, but that was more encouraging from Lahardane with the kick out. Won by Gary Octon, played it over
Here
to Mark Noon,
comes
and this comes Shane Finnerty.
2 men. Chris Rowland on for Lawrence Leonard, Shane Finnerty on for Dara Welsh.
That's more pace and more pace. That's excellent to see Chris Rowland return to the fray, and having somebody of Shane Finnerty's quality to bring off the bench is just a sign of the great depth that John Stagg has here in this Lahardane team.
This
And
is
he plays a short there. Adrian
Oh,
Phillips to
no.
Owen Collins.
Go on, Shane.
Shane Finnerty can follow him now.
Fresh legs, come on.
Plays
Turn back.
Jack Coyne plays it back to Adrian Phillips.
So Lahardane
Plays it back to Jack Coyne once again.
1 point behind for the first time today. We definitely should be a man up. A lot of teams against us lately have had men sent off, but just
Plays over to Owen Collins. He's looking to attack through, and he finds.
Jesus.
He was falling into that tackle all evening. David Canaan there.
Come on, hot
That's-
ball, surely to God.
And he's already on a yellow card, but this is how Kieran Barnacle works. That doesn't matter.
What will we see? Are we at least going to get a hot ball? We are.
We are going to get a hot ball. I don't understand how that wasn't a yellow card. He went and he struck out towards Chris Rowland, but they lost their free.
No,
There does seem to be a
Lahardane
temperamental issue here with this Ballyhaunis team, and Lahardane do seem to have the edge over them currently. Shane Loftus there in possession, and once
Jesus
again,
Christ.
this is.
Fucking hell, the 4th or 5th time Shane Loftus has been flattened.
I feel like I have to take the position of PJ Loftus. He's not here. He'd usually be shouting at the amount of abuse his son has been receiving, but it's all been fortuitous for Lahardane because he's well able to take it. He's a strong character.
Jesus, he's taken some.
He's taken a yellow card for his troubles too, but he'll definitely need an ice bath in the morning with the amount of tackles he's received. And that's number 13, Callum Gardner. He was picking a fight with Mark Lewin on the ball, and he's been given a black card, rightly so.
That's
Black
all
card,
right.
and he questions the referee in doing so. They're down a man, he's sin binned.
No,
Brilliant
so,
stuff. Shane Loftus has finally gotten somebody off the pitch. We
um,
make it seem like that's the planned tactic of Lahardane, by the way. It's not, it's just how things work. And that's Keith O'Malley in possession now. Plays it back to Gary Octon.
so now can we make this extra man count? We're a point down. Oh, whoa.
As a block there by number 14, Patrick Caulfield on Gary Octon. He searches out
Well done, Gary.
Gary Octon once
Wins
again
it back.
in possession.
Great
Plays
stuff.
over to Matthew Queenan, who does very well to hold on to the ball. It's the former New York vice captain. Plays over to Adrian Leonard, who has Adrian Cronin with the ball in, but that's over. And yes, we're in. Shane
Now,
Finnerty with the
2
ball.
on 2 on 1 maybe.
And
Oh,
Shane
fine
keeps
Matthew.
going. Yes, and that's probably going to be another dark colour for Ballyhaunis. And Shane Finnerty is dragged down right in front of the Ballyhaunis goal. It is currently Ballyhaunis 9 points, Lahardane 8 points. The number 13 corner forward for Ballyhaunis has been sent off on a black card into the sin bin. Whew. It's all go here now.
Commentators should watch their language. Yeah, apologies for that. I won't say there was any justification for it, but
Adrian
it's the
Leonard
heat of the moment.
with the right boot.
Yeah,
and
so-
that's over the bar. All even here in Gilmartin Park in Kilshamot. Jesus, seems to be some spectators who've appeared.
No,
As the linesman looks to make a change for Ballyhaunis. Number 20, Morgan Lyons is coming on. He'll be known to Mayo fans. He's played in the FBD League. He's a rapid operator. He's coming on to take the field there for number 10, Cormac Phillips. He'll be marking Aaron Murphy. He'll have fresh legs, pace to burn. It's going to be an interesting one to watch out for. And there's a long ball played over there, and Keith Higgins wins that. And he's setting off now with a run. He searches out Joe Sutton, who gets possession there with an offensive mark, but decides to keep on going. Plays over to Patrick Caulfield. Caulfield Bear now has the option of Owen Collins. He's already gotten a score from full back,
well done.
but
Great
recycling
pressure.
possession here, and
No.
Lahardane pushed them back. They retreat towards Keith Higgins near the 45-yard line.
Plenty of shouting by the.
Keith Higgins plays it over to the man who should be sent off, Kevin Byrne. Number 4, Brian Hunt in possession now. Over there to number 12, Kevin Gallagher.
No,
Kevin
it's-
Gallagher in possession now is Lahardane. Excellent pressure there. Defensively, Keith O'Malley is able to dispossess him there just at the corner.
Well done,
and that's
Keith. Great
fantastic
stuff.
stuff by Keith O'Malley. I think in the
now-
battle of the Keiths, it's Keith O'Malley 1, Keith Higgins 0.
So the scores is level, and
Adrian Leonard in possession now. Lahardane full forward is doing his defensive duty and plays it over there to number 2,
Billy Joyce.
Benny Joyce.
Jesus, that number 9 is like an octopus. And for a man on the yellow, he should be playing things a bit more cagey.
And Cormac Riley in possession, he's plenty of pace. He's
Great stuff, Cormac.
Freely turns onto his left boot, and that's Cormac Riley.
Yes.
That's what he does.
Great
Delivers
stuff.
the important scores. Every one of the Lahardane subs rose to their feet in celebration just as it left his left boot. That's Lahardane in the lead. Lahardane 10 points, Ballyhaunis 9 points.
Oh, come on, Shane, attack it. Oh,
Don't need to tell him twice. And that's number 4. Played it over there to number 8, Kevin Byrne. That's back.
Well done, Shane.
Finnerty, excellent stuff. Getting
Great
his
stuff.
fingertips to it. Winning Lahardane possession. Gary Austin plays into Shane Loftus.
huge turnover.
Adrian Leonard in acres of space.
Now,
on
turn
Keith
him,
Higgins.
turn him. Go on.
No bother to you.
Go on, Edo.
He has him. Just get a strike on it.
Oh, that's all right.
Plays it over.
Oh, Shane.
Shane was caught on his heels there, unfortunate.
Yeah,
But he was the one who did win possession initially. But it's Lahardane 10 points, Ballyhaunis 9 points here in Gilmartin Park in Kilshima. I actually don't have the time. I don't know how much is left, but it's helter skelter here currently.
Now would be a good
And
time.
Mark Nunes
Go on,
just
Mark.
won possession for Lahardane. That was a gift of a pass there by the number 9 Kieran Kiley.
Lovely, big cagey, Mark.
Playing
Lovely
it over to
ball.
Cormac Riley, the
Now,
man who put Lahardane into the lead, and that's on the left boot, and it's over the
lovely
bar.
stuff.
Cormac Riley,
Oh, yeah.
he delivers the goods. He
Aye.
got 2 scores, important ones, all the time throughout his career in the black and amber, and we're being
There.
called to a water break, and what a time to get it. Lahardane 11 points, Ballyhaunis 9 points. Cormac Riley, the man putting us ahead. It's fantastic to see.
I think we should have played on. Stop this interruption.
There's no need for a water break.
No, the Lahardane lads applauding over there, but now, how are you, Kevin? Fancy seeing you still on the pitch. So Jarlath brings them over to reflect. Now, could they? Well, I suppose they came back from a 2-point deficit before, but they're not going to panic.
That's the thing, they have plenty of experience on this side as well. They're able to bring on the likes of Morgan Lyons. He hasn't gotten on the ball much yet, but they do have the issue of Callum Gardner. He's in the sin bin for that very
There's
an aggressive block on Shane Loftus. He just body checked him, totally threw him to the ground.
There's been worse crimes committed, but anyway, it's a huge quarter of the game left. Yeah, it's not just me that's cursing tonight, so it's not. Gabriel Leonard might pick it up on his. Gabriel might pick up that cursing on the camera there, maybe. So, John.
After the watershed, are we?
It's, we have. Who have we over there? We have ref Kieran Barnacle and our ref from round 2. How was his name? Oh, Gary Owen McMahon in the middle.
I'll just look at the scores.
The umpires are conserving energy. They're not bothered going out chatting to. They're not going out to chat to their fellow officials. So a fair scatter down here, and I wouldn't think they're all on the guest list, but hey ho. Now can you work on the tripod there, Kevin?
Oh, sorry.
Now,
Some very positive football here from Lahardane so far. Welcome Garrosh Cronin there to the broadcast. We've been watching these games now for a good while. So they're enjoying nice warmer weather than we have here in Kilshima. But it's feisty hot football here in the relegation 6-pointer.
well, we have a
Intermediate Group 4.
Lahardane have a 2-point lead in a ground that we have an atrocious record in. I don't think any of us have lived long enough to see a win here. So
Adrian Phillips, the long kick out. He finds Ballyhaunis man and it's given over to Conor Freely.
now
Makes room for himself. Plays it back to Keith Higgins. Takes the
Keith,
sting out of the ball.
Keith Loftus is busy
Playing
covering.
over. That's that man Morgan Lyons back from injury. He finds Ballyhaunis full forward Patrick Caulfield, who has options there. Morgan Lyons, but
Whoa.
that's Shane Loftus once
Great
again,
start.
and yet
Jesus.
again he is decapitated by Joe Sutton.
Good man,
And that's been
Lofty.
happening several times all over and over.
Jesus,
It's really something else.
he's going to be black and blue.
After all the immersion.
Jamie, that fella's made a tough stuff.
Hopefully he's getting a raise after this one.
Oh,
Adrian Leonard is in possession now for Lahardane. He is his cousin Keith Loftus making an advancement, but he decides to keep on going himself. But then he opts to go for Shane Finnerty, who's in possession now. Plays it back to Adrian Leonard, smart play, but has Keith in behind. But it's given over to the Ballyhaunis man, and that's a defensive mark there. Played over to Conor Freely. In possession now for Ballyhaunis. It's Lahardane 11 points, Ballyhaunis 9 points here, with just about 20 minutes left in this game.
We need to keep. This is the place to keep Ballyhaunis.
And as Keith O'Malley looks to advance,
oh, great
he's a
stuff.
turnover king.
Good man. Oh, hard luck, Keith.
Unfortunately, his legs
Done enough. Good stuff.
Mark Moon is running through, and that's plenty of space ahead of him. He likes to see open green expanses. Kicks it with his left boot, has come as well, he's running through, but it's into the grateful arms of Adrian Phillips. Ballyhaunis look to regroup and go on an attack.
That was some interception by
Mark Moon. Jeez, that was really something special.
well,
and
Keith O'Malley, yeah. Go on, Shane. You'd got a turnover a few minutes ago.
As Keith Higgins in possession, he takes the sting out once more. Playing it over there to Jack Coyne. Over to Owen Collins. Playing it over to the full forward line. Patrick Caulfield lots of space there for Ballyhaunis as Paul Coleman is looking to keep track of him. And then once again,
well
there,
done.
that's the Benny interception. And he plays a smart ball out to Chris Rowland. That's another man who's plenty of space.
Be cute. I see Aidan McDonald running on there. There's
keep running, Keith or Chris. That was a lovely chest as well. I don't know if you can see that. We don't have the close-ups. And that's
whoa.
He went ahead of himself.
Rustiness, but good idea.
Into action, but it's good to see that he still has that in the legs, and it's a positive sign from Lahardane. It's Lahardane 11 points, Ballyhaunis 9 points. So there's just under 20 minutes left in this game.
It's getting dark now, Kieran. Barnacle just blew it up. Never mind the last 20 minutes. It's
not,
all right
yeah,
now.
It's a lot less than that, I think, isn't it? And it's back into the grateful touches of Matthew Queenan.
Good stuff, Matthew. He's
a GAA journeyman. He's played in Paris, he's played in New York, but he says this is probably the best of them all in Kilshimon as he gives the ball away to Keith Higgins. Unfortunately, and it's given over to Morgan Lyons.
The idea was good.
It was the interception, the turnover. It's all positive to see. And Conor Freely is in possession. He's been urged on over to Jason Coyne, playing it wide over to Kevin Gallagher.
What now?
Chris Rowland is judged by the referee Kieran Barnacle to have fouled the Ballyhaunis corner forward Jason Coyne. And that's a silly one to give away. They were going nowhere fast.
I'd have a bad feeling this could be a dark kind of card for a body check like that. Kevin, what do you think?
I don't know, I think it is, you're right.
Jesus.
That's a poor decision there by Chris Rowland to body check, I suppose, the Ballyhaunis corner forward, and now we're down to 14 men for the next 10 minutes, and the remainder of the game, one would imagine.
14 v 14 at the moment, but 21 is due to come on for them. Liam Hurrow, well, he was warming up there a while ago. Well, here's
Adrian Phillips.
Here's Adrian all the way up to kick over what any club footballer should be able to kick over, straight in front of the post and inside the 45.
Lahardane 11 points, Ballyhaunis 9 points. There's about Adrian Phillips with the right boot, and he puts it right over the black spot, and that's Ballyhaunis 10, Lahardane 11. It's a 1 point game now.
Keith O'Malley making a signal about substitution. It must be semi-injured.
How much time after the water break?
I don't know.
Joe Mulhern plays it short and plays fine. Darren Murphy who plays over to Benny Joyce. Once again, a Lahardane man is fouled, but the referee hasn't decided not to give it. There he has finally.
Max,
take the sting out of it now.
Mr. Freely, I'd be...
Relax. Adon still has plenty of legs in him as Keith O'Malley is kicked and stood upon by Kevin Gallagher.
This, it's a 1 point game, is it, Kevin?
It's a 1 point game now. Lahardane 11 points, Ballyhaunis 10.
Jesus, possession is vital. Well done, Mark.
Plays it over to Cormac Riley.
Great ball. Come on, Cormac, keep it in.
He's going to give chase to that one. He's followed there by Brian
Hunt. Well done. Great stuff.
Cormac is in possession now. He's already gotten 2 huge points for Lahardane. The last 2 scores over the Black and Amber side. Plays a clever ball over. And that's another trip once again, but not given there.
I don't know.
And that's Michael Coleman, is it? He's entered the field. He has. I didn't see when Michael Coleman entered or who he came on for, but he's back in now.
Aaron Murphy pushing up there. Crossfield ball. And
Played over wide here. Adrian's going to be tracking the Ballyhaunis number 2, Jack Coyne. He plays it over there to David Canaan. Over to Keith Higgins. Oh, it's not Keith Higgins, it's Joe Sutton. He's followed by Gary Austin over to Morgan Lyons, and it's Lahardane
yes,
possession
well
now. Keith Loftus there. He's had an incredible game for Lahardane. He's been found in those pockets of areas, winning possession, turning over the ball, just
Come
like
on,
his brother.
come on.
He draws the tackle and wins the free.
is that the
Excellent.
midfielder again? Yes, come
Oh,
on.
it could be. It seems to be
Come on,
nobody else
Kieran.
giving the option.
Tis.
It's
Oh,
really something else.
shush,
You could probably
lads.
book Matthew Queen for some reason.
yeah, shush lads and let him book number 9. So now,
Kieran Kiley now is the one
Kieran Kiley.
up for question.
Surely.
He's also been carded before.
Ah,
nothing given now.
Jesus.
That's questionable.
Jesus, it'd make life an awful lot easier for us here if you'd just give him a second yellow.
Ball played into Shane Finnerty. Does well to keep hold of possession.
And done,
Pops
Shane.
the ball and then finds Gary Octon. The experienced sure head plays with the right boot but finds Ballyhaunis man. That's not what you want to see now in the last few moments of this game. As it's Lahardane 11 points, Ballyhaunis 10. Keith Higgins in possession now.
I was watching Kilchama play Swinford here, and their intermediate game. It was live on Facebook too, and it was just loads of cards the way this is heading as well. No, come on.
Ball played down low towards that Liam Hurt. He's just been introduced.
Well done,
And
Shane
Lahardane
Loftus.
win possession again. Shane Loftus doing so in the corner. It's very hard to see what's going on, but it's the Ballyhaunis ball. That was Mark Noonan rather actually who was battling out there with the Ballyhaunis sub Liam Hurt. So it's Ballyhaunis ball now. They are 1 point behind us. Lahardane 11 points, Ballyhaunis 10 as they go for this strike with Jack Coyne. And he puts it to the right and wide. We'll take more of them, please.
That's why you're corner back, Jack.
Joe Mulhern
true,
now will
yeah.
look to try and
Second
take his time with this kick out, hopefully.
That is the worrying thing, Keevin, and draws enough for Ballyhaunis.
That is, yeah, that's the worrisome issue.
We have to win. But then there's always the
Lahardane substitution is Jarlath Maughan. He's making a return to play. That's an encouraging sight to see. He's been out with a long-term injury, but it's good to see Keith O'Malley and is getting a break.
Keith was
Jarlath Maughan
beckoning.
is on.
Keith was beckoning there a while ago to be taken off. He wasn't feeling.
He had a great game, Keith O'Malley. That was excellent stuff. If there was a crowd here, they'd all be up to the feet.
Oh,
applauding when
lads!
they came off.
Oh,
Now
the
it's
big
poor
men.
stuff all together. As David Canaan is on ball for Ballyhaunis, plays it over to number 2, Jack Coyne.
Not much time
He has
left.
plenty
But
of space and it's right into the grateful hands of Aidan Cronin.
good.
Plays
Yeah.
over to Matthew Queen and Michael Coleman in possession now as he looks to bear through.
So,
Finds Mark Noonan with an excellent ball. This is scintillating stuff.
oh,
so
come
far.
on,
They
let's
can
keep
hold
it
on to
up here.
position,
Yes.
and they keep it
Ah,
now.
Jesus! Another body
Oh,
check.
Shane into the hands of
Ah,
Aidan
come
Cronin.
on! You have to put the ball dead.
Oh,
So you
need to
do.
keep that. We had plenty of men attacking through.
I'd say it was Joe.
And
Whoa!
now it's back into
Come on,
the
Shane.
hands of Shane Finnerty. Well done.
Well
He
done.
amended his mistakes. And he finds Cormac Riley. The keeper's
Good.
off his line.
Oh no, just a point.
Oh, just to the right and right.
Hard luck, Cormac.
Stuff there.
No.
Well done by Shane Finnerty,
There
winning
was.
possession. Therefore, Lahardane. It's been a scrappy game, to be quite honest. It hasn't been.
Ah, come on! You can't be letting them out like that.
Number 20, Morgan Lyons
Come
on
on.
the ball. The
Give it
substitute has
everything.
just
Give it
been
everything. We're
reintroduced.
not sure on time,
Return
but
Michael Coleman.
we have a 1 point lead and the draw's no good, so they have to stop Ballyhaunis here.
That's Keith Higgins in possession now. He looked to take his strike, and he does with his right boot, and that's definitely wide. Thank you.
Jesus, a crucial few minutes now.
Keith Higgins with that miss.
Steady heads and no
Take your time, Joe.
daft shots, please.
There's no rush yet.
Keep the ball a bit grand, but it'll be no harm to get another point. Alright, yeah, well, time.
So it's about 5 minutes left, I think, in the game.
Alright, okay.
We've about 5 minutes left.
That could be the longest 5 minutes of our
Yeah, it
lives.
felt like it's been the last 5 minutes of this game for the last 20
Joe.
minutes.
Joe Mulhern goes short, Paul Coleman
Plays over to
to
Benny Joyce. He looks like he still has plenty of energy. Fitness levels are through the
Steady
roof
on,
for
Benny.
And
Steady.
he's searching for Michael Coleman.
Oh, keep it in, Michael, keep it in. Mickey Gold.
He goes himself and now from Ballynock.
Now,
Comes up trumps time and time again over to Shane Finnerty. He looks to atone for his drop shot earlier. Plenty
20.
He's been pulled and dragged there. Mickey goals again.
Right boot, but that's what we showed into Mark
Well
Noon
done,
is
Mark. Oh, good stuff, good stuff.
Well done, Mark Noon. Industrious work in there. Thankless job, but he somehow managed to harry and harangue the Ballyhaunis full back
that's
Owen
all right
Collins,
now.
who he has occupied very well in the second half. He was a thorn in the side of Lahardane in the first half, but he's been very quiet. He's been kept in defensive duty by Mark Noon, and it's been impressive performances all round by Lahardane so far. So let's hope this trend continues as we're entering close enough
from goalie to corner forward. They've given it their all, so we have Matthew Queenan to try and push 2 points between the sides.
We need some breathing space, there's no doubt about that.
I agree, we sure do. As we chase our first win in Kilchimop pitch. God director Matthew.
Takes him with the right boot.
Height.
And that's high. And it's over the bar.
Great stuff,
Excellent
Matthew.
stuff by Matthew Queenan. That's the experience, that's the talent of Matthew Queenan. Putting Lahardane 2 points ahead.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, don't leave Jack Coyne that free. Now, 2 point lead, and it's getting dark. Just blow it up.
It's too dark.
Someone's going to get hurt here
It's
now.
dangerous now. And there's no floodlights here as well. But it's thrown into the Ballyhaunis front forward line. And it's that Liam Hurd. He's come on. He's been an industrious enough sort of character since his introduction. Played it over to Morgan Lyons. He's an impressive footballer too. Over to Jack Coyne once again. Shane Flaherty, fouled him.
Is that a good foul, or is there such thing as a good foul?
Yeah, well, it's very far out.
Oh, well, here comes our...
the goalkeeper's coming back again, and he's had 2 for 2, if I'm correct.
Loads of shouting. We need men on the line that could nearly pull the ball from over the crossbar.
That's one of the issues. There's big men in that Ballyhaunis full forward line, and a 2-goal lead is an issue.
Or 2 point lead.
2 point lead, sorry, yeah. 1 goal for them would mean heartbreak for Lahardane as Adrian Phillips kicks it. Oh, it's right and it's straight and it's right over the bar. That's excellent stuff. Continuously and consistently by Adrian Phillips.
So
he's been a bright spark for Ballyhaunis. It's currently Lahardane 12 points, Ballyhaunis 11 points. It's the tightest of margins in Gilmartin Park and Kilchimau here for this intermediate Group 4 final round game.
It's not
a pretty spectacle. It's not a beautiful game of football. It is a relegation dogfight, and that's what we expected as Joe Mulhern kicks the ball out, searching for a Lahardane midfielder. He finds Aaron Murphy, but it's back into the hands of Joe Sutton. He finds Morgan Lyons on the far left hand side. Aaron Murphy is tracking him, but plenty of space given to Kevin Byrne, the man who questionably remains on the pitch. Plays the ball in. Benny Joyce is tracking the Jack
Jesus, he's got inside.
Coyne, and he puts it over the bar. That's level now. The referee has called the umpire just as the last few minutes left in this game. I'd judge it to have about 2 minutes left. Could be some added on afterwards. But remember, a draw is bad for Lahardane. We go into the relegation playoff if it's a draw. Ballyhaunis go through into safety as Joe Mulhern kicks it out. So practically Lahardane are behind here if you want to think of it that way. Chris Rowland has been reintroduced from his sin bin. And Aaron Murphy has one possession.
Come on. Jesus Christ, that's worth the card. Cynical
play because Chris Rowland was free there, but it's played through now. Found Shane Flaherty.
Jesus, we need a score. We need a score. Find Keith Loftus.
Possession still.
Well done. Good stuff. Get fouled. Get fouled. Someone get fouled.
Plays it back to Conor Riley, the man. He's gotten 2 points. Very important ones for Lahardane.
No.
Plays it back to
Go on. Go in. The angle isn't great.
You got to back it.
Yes.
Wide.
Oh, not even. Huh? Jesus.
Unfortunately for Lahardane.
He had Jarlath Mahan making a run for him.
There could only be a minute or so left in this game. It's currently even here. Ballyhaunis 12 points, Lahardane 12 points. It would be heartbreaking.
Oh, heartbreaking. Jesus, we deserve so much more out of this. 3 minutes, that's alright.
Incredible. 3 minutes is the word from Kieran Barnacle. As a long kick out from Adrian Phillips finds Liam Hurd. He's been very good since his substitution.
Good man.
Finds the Lahardane man, and that's Aidan Cronin. He's had a very positive game this evening. Playing over to Aaron Murphy.
Please, if there's any God, give us a point.
And Aidan once again back from Aaron, and that's well run by Aidan.
Oh, Jesus, out of his way. Now, just be cagey,
Just relax, make a run. Somebody open up from. Aidan plays it over to Mark Noon.
Now Mark, turn and go.
Back over to Aaron Murphy.
Jesus, we need a
Back
score.
over to
A
Aidan
draw.
Cronin. We need to score. We need to get a score on the ball. Looking at a
Well
lovely
done,
turn
Mark.
by Mark Noon. That was scintillating. And this goes
Oh,
once
give
again.
it, give it,
and
give
that's
it.
Dragged once more, but
Oh,
it's back into
no.
Ballyhaunis' hands. That was poor.
In the corner of his
stuff.
eye, he's seen, here's the man that shouldn't be on the pitch.
Over there to Joe Sutton. He keeps on running through. Chris Roll is trying to track him, but it's back over to Jack Coyne. He's given over to Joe Sutton.
Jeez,
He will look to try and take a strike, but he's lost
Well
possession
done, well
there.
done, lads.
Well done by
Come on.
Paul Coleman. He's won it very well. He looked to regroup, and there's a lot of Lahardane men there. And
no.
he's found Keith Loftus in lots of space.
Oh, Keith, let it
He
in.
looks and he plays it into Cormac Riley. It's 2v1. Cormac Riley has the
somebody-
ball in his chest.
somebody
Aidan
help
Ellis
him.
Looking to run through. That's a glorious pass. Yes,
Go on, Edo. Get fouled.
that's beautiful.
Yeah! Well done. Great stuff, Cormac Riley. Great stuff, Edo.
Cormac Riley and Adrian Leonard.
What?
John Skagg is jumping through the skies.
What?
Excellent stuff. They're throwing a pole.
Oh,
there.
blow it up.
Men. They've every right to be agreed.
Blow it up,
They
blow it
feel
up,
like
blow it
they
up.
already are safe. That is the incredible moment there.
That
no
looked
more
like-
than Lahardane have deserved.
That looked
Adrian
like
Leonard. Wow.
that looked like slow motion. He had 2 goals last week and rattled the crossbar. He nearly had a hat trick, but that is
Foul
huge.
him there.
Blow it up now, Kieran. Jesus.
Over there now to Jack Coyne. The Ballyhaunis man has it. They'll need 3 points to get back into this game or a goal.
Come on, come on,
But it's
come on.
excellent done by
One-y.
Paul Coleman. He's shown his experience.
Help
What an
him.
introduction to have in for Barry Leonard at
Oh,
half
Paul,
time.
stay on your feet. Jarlath, keep him there. Keep him
Keep
there.
him there, and that's the 3 there for Ballyhaunis. I was
Jesus,
about
no, so
to cheer if it was the other direction, but
don't be hanging.
Kieran Barnacle has given the decision to Ballyhaunis free, and now it's in the hands of Kevin Gallagher. They will look to try and steady the ship now for the moment. Incredible stuff there
they
in that
need-
goal by Adrian Leonard.
they need a
Linking
goal,
up with
don't they?
Cormac Riley. That pass by Cormac Riley was spectacular.
It was just hanging there, and I thought
I thought it was too good a pass.
the back had
Just would have got the
So
finger
it's all-
or something.
Hail Mary here.
Oh, excellent
Yes,
stuff
yes.
there by Aaron Murphy.
Yeah!
Beautiful
Great
stuff.
stuff, lads.
Excellent stuff. That was fantastic. Aaron Murphy clutching the ball into his graceful hands, and that's Lahardane. Final score here in Gilmartin
So
Park,
now-
Kilshima. Lahardane 112, Ballyhaunis 12 points. It's the relegation playoffs for them.
Well, who knows? They're in the boardroom next week and appealing as only they can. So who knows? We don't find them very appealing, but
That was incredible stuff.
we've kept our side of the bargain. We've got our first win of the group. So
What a time to get it.
just delighted to have been here for Lahardane's first win up in Kilshima.
It couldn't be better. It couldn't be more dramatic, and it couldn't be more of a Lahardane way. Look,
Yeah.
they're slapping each other on the back. All heroes, all excellent stuff. Shane Loftus had a fantastic game. His brother Keith was picking up space. Keith O'Malley was working so much in the Lahardane defence, turning over possession. It was a scrappy game. It was a relegation dogfight, as we were saying.
Oh jeez, I
But
thought it was a fantastic game. Jeez, not a pass went out of place at all.
I'd say it was probably the best game of football I've ever seen, and one of the best results I think we've ever seen. First time coming to Kilshima and having a positive result. It's going to be a joyful journey home, and we'll see you all in some social distance capacity. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching this broadcast. We look forward to doing a few more, hopefully, but none will be of the relegation playoff, and that's a positive and happy thing to say.
Hopefully no appeal will be successful, and hopefully we're safe. So third spot is a lovely place to be. So over and out, and hope that our only other games are the Sweeney Cup final against Kiltane and one remaining group game. Well, not sure, we're flying high in the Michael Welsh too, Keevin.
Jesus, it's positive days.
It's like a treble. No, but yeah, final group game against Kilshima, and we're nicely placed in that Michael Welsh group. Not that
Once again, final score here, Lahardane 112, Ballyhaunis 12 points.
well,
Over and out.
Slán Amhaile.